Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Hey, listen, I just have to ask you a question. Have you ever felt that you are not qualified for the gift that you have? Like you have certain things that you feel like that are not good or strong when it comes to the gift or the assignment that you have on your life. If that is you, this conversation, I believe, is going to be helpful. Let's talk. Hello, everybody. How you doing? And welcome to the Focus on Greatness podcast. I am your host, Hiram Roche, also known as HR. And listen, we have been having some wonderful conversations that I believe is helpful for the season that we're in and for the journey that is ahead. And I believe that one of the main things that God is trying to do in this moment is allow us to be able to understand and recognize our gifting and the importance of it in the season that we're in. Really, I would say, in the importance of it when it comes to our life in general. And being able to focus and know what that is and know the importance of being able to steward that and strengthen that. And we've been talking about this these past couple of weeks. And so we've been in Second Timothy chapter 1. I'm going to read verses 6 and 7. And then I'm going to just share something that he placed on me. I believe that is going to be helpful for people like myself that struggle in certain things when it comes to our gifting. So in Second Timothy chapter 1, verses 6, this is what it says. It says, "Wherefore I put thee in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of God, which is in thee by the putting on of my hands. For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Now, we have been walking through this together, and we've already tapped on this context of the spirit of fear. We've already talked about this context of the power. We've also talked about this love. But I want to pivot a little bit before we ended with the sound mind. I want to pivot and being able to really tap into something that I believe is going to help us as we go through this journey. Because one of the things that I have recognized within my own self is that there are times where we recognize our gift, right? We understand per se the assignment, but then there are things within us that we start to question. I think I probably tapped on this a little bit before, but it's coming back up. So I felt like I need to have the conversation again with us. And so it's this thing of where we find ourselves questioning certain things that we feel like are things that should disqualify us from doing what we're doing. Like, for example, you feel like you don't have the strength of communication, or you feel like you don't have the strength of being able to play something or do whatever those things is that connects to your gift, that connects to your assignment. And so sometimes what happens is when we get into those moments, we push our own selves back and we try to disqualify our own selves from the gift, from the assignment, all because of that one thing or those things that we feel like make us weak or enable us to be able to do the assignment. I want to go back to Exodus chapter 5. And in Exodus chapter 5, I'm sorry, Exodus chapter 4, in Exodus chapter 4, there is a conversation that God is having with a man by the name of Moses. And he's giving unto Moses this assignment. The assignment that he's given Moses is Moses has now is basically in this wilderness place. Moses has gotten married. Moses has children. Moses is working for his father-in-law. And while he's doing all of these things, there is a situation that ends up happening where he encounters an experience with God, a moment, an encounter with God. And in this moment that he's having, God is now giving Moses instructions. He's telling Moses what he needs to do. He's letting Moses know this is what the assignment is for his life. And Moses' assignment is to go and deliver the children of Israel out of bondage from under the hand of Pharaoh. and under the hand of this Egyptian bondage, so that God's people can come out and go into the place that God had ordained them to be, which is what we would consider, as scripture says, is the promised land. Well, while God is sharing this, it's one scenario after another that Moses is basically saying, like in the entry, his conversation is, look, I don't think that they're going to listen to me. And he's using that context based on the last experience he had with this group of individuals. Let's listen to think about what the last experience that he had before he ran away from Egypt. The last experience he had was watching one of the taskmasters abusing really one of the children of Israel. And as they were abusing them, um, you have Moses that goes to defend them and ends up killing the Egyptian to save the Israelite. Well, when he does this, the Israelite, instead of saying thank you, says basically like, dude, what are you doing? Like, why would you even do that? Like, what are you doing? Another scenario of two Israelites basically getting into it, and Moses does what he does and communicates to them. And they say, listen, who made you my judge? Who made you the one that comes in and can tell us what to do? So he had a bad experience with the children of Israel before, and he recognized or felt, because of that bad experience and because of that one incident of scenario, they won't listen to me because this one individual or these individuals basically felt some type of way about them Moses correcting them. So, with that being said, now Moses is talking to God while God is giving him instructions. And he's saying, listen, they won't even listen to me. So, why would you send me to these people that won't listen to me? Why would you use me for this assignment? Why would you use this person in this gift to be able to do this thing? They won't listen to me. The fear really is what we talked about. Again, God has not given unto us a spirit of fear. Again, 2 Timothy chapter 1, verses 7. God has not given unto us a spirit of fear. Where Moses is functioning is not the aspect of really they're not going to listen. It's the context of I don't want to go out there and feel rejected. It's this fear that they're going to reject me. It's this fear that they won't accept me. And fear limits us when it comes to our gift. So the gift that Moses had was being limited because of his fear of feeling like they will reject me. They will not listen to me. They're not going to pay attention to me. So you're going to send me out here setting me up. I can't do that. Now, God says, well, listen, this is some things I'm going to do to be able to prove that I'm with you. Listen, yeah, you can tell them that I sent you, but I'm going to give you some things that will be able to prove or show as a sign that I am with you. And God gives unto Moses in this training time some things that he needed to acquire, some things that he needed to be able to do that we see works in his system, that works in the time that he actually goes and walks in his assignment. But here's where I want to lean into. The main portion of his assignment was not the signs. The main portion of his assignment that we get to is his main part of his gifting, and that's his communication. You can't free people that you can't talk for. You're having to go and speak to the Pharaoh, the king. You're having to go and speak to him on behalf of God to be able to deliver a people that he's benefiting off of. He wants to keep them in bondage because he's benefiting from them not being free. He's building a whole new system of kingdom off the back of those that are bound. So now God is saying to Moses, listen, this is where we are, man. Look, I got this assignment. I need you to go ahead and focus. This is what we're doing. Here's the signs you can use that will show that I'm with you. And here's where I want you to go. Exodus chapter 4. We're going to read 3 verses of scripture. And we're going to read this in the Good News translation. that I believe gives us a little bit more clarity of this conversation. And this is what Moses responds to God basically saying all of these things, giving him all of these signs, giving him these instructions. This is Moses' response. But Moses says, "No, Lord, don't send me. I have never been a good speaker, and I haven't become one since you began to speak to me. I am a poor speaker, slow and hesitant." And the Lord said to him, "Who gives man his mouth? Who makes him deaf or dumb? Who gives him sight or makes him blind? Is it I, the Lord? Now go, I will help you to speak, and I will tell you what to say." I'm going to read the verses 11 and 12 again. Just matter of fact, I'm going to give you verse 12 again, and then we'll go to it a little bit more. Verse 12. Now go, I will help you to speak, and I will tell you what to say. Here's the clarity of what this is. Moses' complaint is, you've given me this assignment. You've tailored me with these gifts, but you must have made a mistake while you were building me. You must have messed up. You must have didn't give the full completion, or you really don't understand what's happening. Because how are you asking me to go speak to somebody when me communicating is my struggle? That's my weakness. That's the place I'm not good at. You tell me to go shepherd some people, I can do that because that's what I do. That's what he was doing as working for his father-in-law Jethro. You tell me to go lead some people, I can do that because I've done these things. But if you're telling me to go speak, I'm not good at that. That's not something that I'm strong in. But it goes with your assignment. It's connected to your gift. Moses says, listen, nothing has changed. I am still weak in this area. I'm going to pause and ask you this question. Where's your area? Where's the area of weakness that has been limiting you, and stopping you and making you pause to walk fully in the gift God gave you? What is that? What is that thing that you feel like, if you could only be strong in this thing, if you only had this thing, if you only had this ability, if you only had whatever you feel like you need, that one thing would give you the thing or the strength or the ability to be able to go and work and do your assignment? What is that one thing for you? Is it the fear of people? Do you feel like you can't speak well? Do you feel like that you don't have the resources to be able to do the assignment? What, you feel like you don't have the connection to do the assignment? What, you don't feel like you're good enough to do the assignment? To function in your gift? What is it? For me, I sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough to work in the gift. I feel like I'll be rejected. I feel like I'm not qualified sometimes to have the gift. Sometimes having the gift or having God say, this is what I need you to do, is sometimes, and I understand what Moses is, frustrating, because you're looking not at your strengths, you're looking at your weaknesses. And you're saying, why would you give me this gift with these weaknesses? Why would you give me this assignment with these things within me that I feel like are unqualified for the assignment? And God's response to Moses' complaint, God's response to me in your complaint about this context of our weakness is this. Again, verse 11. The Lord said unto him, who gives man his mouth? Basically, God said, look, let's go through it. Who gives man his mouth? Who makes him deaf or dumb? Who gives him sight and makes him blind? God says, listen, who built you? Who made your ability? Who gave you that mouth? Who made your eyes? Who made your ears? Who gave you all the things that you have that you didn't have to pay for? Who created you that way? You didn't. So if you didn't create yourself that way, I understood your weakness before I gave you the gift. I understood what your weakness was going to be before I gave you the assignment. I gave you the assignment with the weakness knowing, like it was already a part of my thought process. When I built you with that weakness. And I still said you got an assignment. And I still gave you a gift. So the gift works best with that weakness. How does it work best, Hiram, with the weakness? Wouldn't the weakness, that's why he was afraid? Isn't that the reason why the weakness is what it is? Because he's afraid? That's why he's afraid? That's why he's intimidated? That's why he doesn't want to walk into it? How does the weakness make the gift better? Because of verse 12. I will help you. God says, listen, I know there's a weakness there. I put it there. Why would you put it there? So I can help you. What do you mean? No, so I can help you. So I can help you with this assignment. I don't want you to do the assignment alone. I didn't build you to do the assignment by yourself. I didn't build you to walk into your gifting by yourself. So, yes, you have the insecurity because of those things. Yes, you feel intimidated because of those things. Yes, you feel afraid because of those things. Yes, I get it that you have a weakness. Hooray, join the team. Everybody does. I built you that way so that you can depend on me. And not only will I help you to do or step into the place where your weakness is not only will I do that, but I will also give you the specific assistance that you need so you can walk fully in the gift. So you can walk fully in the assignment. God says, listen, I'm not leaving you out here stranded. I know what I built in you. And God, through the remainder of this conversation, God continues to say, hey, listen, this is what I need you to do. Hey, man, some people over there waiting for you. But what about my tongue? I can't speak. There's some people over here waiting for you, man. I got you. Are you going to trust that the gift I put in you is needed? And the only thing you have to do is steward your gift and let me worry about the rest. Your job is not to make your gift perfect enough that you don't need me. No, your gift is supposed to work best with both parties involved. You working and developing your assignment, your gift, you stewarding it at. How are you stewarding it at? You're stewarding it by working and functioning the spirit of power, the spirit of love, and the spirit of a sound mind. You're working in this gift. You're sharpening your skill. You're making sure that you're educating yourself. You're making sure that you're doing all the developing the skill set, sharpening it, making sure that you have people that you're accountable to. All of these things will help develop your gift. You stewarding your gift. But your gift will never be perfect to the point where you don't need me, because your gift at the level that you're at is a certain way. But when you continue to develop your gift, you're always going to go to a new level and to a new height. And in that new level and in a new height, you're going to find another area where you're not strong in. And it's okay, because I'm telling you now, I'm here to help you. And I'm going to give you exactly what you need to function in your gift. I'm going to give you exactly what you need to walk fully in your assignment. So, again, what's your weakness? What's the thing that you are scared of? What's the thing that you feel like makes you not qualified to function in this gift? Tell me, please. When you're done listing those things off, I want you to do me a favor. And this is not just for you, this is so much for both of us. This conversation is so much for both of us. But I want you to do me a favor. After you start listing off all the things that you feel like disqualify you, or there are your weaknesses, there are your struggles, what I want you to do is I want you to find where he's strong in that area. Because again, we have to depend on what scripture says. The scripture says that in my weakness, that's when he's made strong. It's not saying that I gotta go around and be I gotta get to a point of weakness so he can show his strength. No, that's not what it's saying. What it's saying is there are areas within our life where we are weak in. And in those areas, he's able to show how strong he is. He's able to show his strength. He's not weak. We are the ones that were built with weakness. There's no weakness in God. So, because of that, he's able to step into those areas. He's able to come into those spaces to help us, assist us in this journey along that we are going in. He's able to walk in and assist us. And in the process of him walking in, and in the process of him assisting us, in the process of him walking and journeying with us, he allows us to be able to see that in this space, in this place right here in your life that you feel weak in, I'm able to step in and be the strength that you need so you can continue on in this journey. Paul says, hey, listen, I got this thing that's irritating me, and I've been asking for you to remove it. And God says unto Paul, Paul, listen, I'm not letting it go. I'm not taking that away from you. I understand why it's there. It's there on purpose because I feel like it's beneficial for your gift. I feel like it's beneficial for your assignment. And listen, I'm so good in this walk. I'm so secure in how I know your journey is laid out. Listen, there is grace for that space. Yep, there's grace for that. What is your grace? It's your strength. It's God's ability to be able to do something that you can't do. So in your weakness, he says, that's where I step in to be strong. I show you where I'm strong. I show you how good I really am for you. So again, what's your space? What's the place that you struggle with? What's the place of your weakness? Specifically, when we're talking about is for your gift, for your assignment. What is that? And then go find a place where it shows he's strong in that area. Because we have to walk in our gift. We can't keep running. I know I feel like sometimes I am. I feel like I'm running. I feel like I'm hiding at moments. Because sometimes I just feel like I'm not. Feel like they're not gonna listen to me. Why would you send me? I can't do that. I don't have that strength. I don't have that ability. And God is saying to all of us, listen, I hear what you're saying. It's gonna be all right. Because in your weakness, that's when I'm made strong. I made you this way. And if I'm the one that made you this way, I know how to assist you in the best way. I know how to help you. And if you listen to me and if you walk with me, if you allow me, I'll also give you what you need. I'll give you the words to speak. I'll give you the things to do. I'll give you the places to go. I'll give you the stuff that you need to listen to, the rooms that you need to be in. I'll give you what you need so you can walk in your gift, so you can walk in this assignment because I have a purpose for you. So recognize what your weaknesses are. But most importantly, recognize where he's strong in. I love you all, family. And I'll talk to you next time, right here on the Focus on Greatness podcast.